There's a little bit of controversy, but I don't think it should.
Oh, we love controversy on Guide
So
Talks.
this can't be broadcast.
And
that's where we'll cut.
Types of people you find. You have a bobble hat, which is someone that knows all the information. And then you have a tube sniffer who just loves the smell after a show's fired.
Right.
They did a live draw, and the last team to be pulled out. It is difficult because obviously my daughter's growing up in it.
It is a true underdog story, one that I think Hollywood will pick up one day.
One day.
Or Netflix.
In America, you can only be president, isn't it, for 2 terms? Is that right?
I like the way
Correct,
you've
indeed.
compared yourself to one of the most powerful people on the planet.
Well,
Before we get on to the quick fire questions, Ollie, I've got a big question for you.
Go for it.
We've been building to this moment, I feel.
Yeah, we have indeed.
Last week we had assistant fireworks. This week we have Ollie Griffin, head of pyrotechnics.
Chief Bobble Hat.
Chief Bobble Hat.
Yeah. British champion.
British
2024.
champion.
Yeah, sounds good, doesn't it?
It does sound very good.
Does sound very good. But let's go back to the start. When did you become a bonfire boy?
I guess since I was born. So my parents initially met years ago, and they're both living in Battle, and they met through various bonfire activities. Essentially, I was then born into it. The first bonfire I ever went to was Staple Cross. I was only about 3 or 4. I met George and Jesse Oldroyd at the time at that bonfire. The first fireworks show I can remember was we went to Fletching, and it was the first time I remember seeing a firework display choreographed to music.
Right.
Which was not necessarily a seen thing then. And I just remember watching it going, I never used to pay much attention to fireworks until I saw that show. So ever since then, and again, that must have been about 5 or 6 maybe.
Right. You feel like that's where you got the
That's
bug.
where I got the bug, because I saw the fireworks corresponding to the music, and it just blew my brain basically.
Yeah. So you quickly got a love for the fireworks side of things.
Yeah, initially that's when I remember the first time I was like, wow, that was so cool.
Mm.
And then for 4 or 5 years after that, my dad wasn't necessarily involved with the fireworks. He was always helping with the bonfire stuff, helping with torch bats. And then all of a sudden he goes, oh, I've started helping the firework team. And that's when my ears sort of pricked up and was like, oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
And the rest has been history, Ollie.
Yeah.
Can you remember the music to fireworks at Fletching? Because I'd never been, so
I've only been once, and I was a spectator, and I got beaten up.
Oh.
So I don't remember a lot from that evening.
punches,
I didn't get knocked out or anything, but my
I
attention
was
was
gonna say
on other
the
areas.
punches were coming in as a beat to the music.
No, I was in St John's Ambulance, and
Oh my word!
yeah,
Well, that's a cheerful start to the episode, Ed.
yeah. It's all right. We can always, we can leave it in. I don't mind.
Yeah.
Yeah. All I remember from that show was, I think it was, is it Barbie and the Nutcracker? They did the music, and
Yeah.
they had all various effects dancing around the field, and they did this wall of fire. So it was like multiple fireballs
Ah,
at the end. It was just one massive wall, and was just like, wow.
yeah,
Maybe
that's cool.
That's the bit that sort of captivated me.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's pretty
So
cool.
when you joined the firework crew, Ollie,
Yes.
and then you do a lot for Phoenix Fireworks, don't you?
So the story is there. So when I was 17, and I was at that age, I was always helping put the racks up. I was never touching live stock essentially, but I was always there the Friday before putting out the racks in the. It wasn't the battlefield then; it was in the Abbey car park.
Mm-hmm.
So I was always helping with that side of things. And then there was something in the society. So even as 16, 17, I would regularly attend the monthly meetings.
Yeah.
And there was a thing at the time about having someone with BPA
Oh, I remember.
accreditation,
Yeah.
or BPA certified, a certificate to say that you're trained, essentially.
That's British Pyrotechnics Association.
Yeah.
That was quick, wasn't it? That was
and
quick.
it was
Quite impressive, Ed, yeah.
It was an insurance requirement from memory,
Yeah.
and essentially I wrote to 3 companies, and Phoenix was the only company that replied saying, "Oh, come and learn a few shows with us, and if you become one of our firers, we'll pay for your BPA exam."
Oh.
So of course I've gone like, "Oh, that's
Yeah,
interesting."
yeah, because there's a 1 and a 2, isn't there? Or they,
So
or
yeah,
is there more than?
there is a level 1 and a level 2. So level 1 is just if you have if you just want to be a normal firer, just gives you a little bit of extra knowledge. It's a course where it's essentially become a social event as well, because you're sitting in a room with like-minded people that just want to talk fireworks all day.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you do get a lot from it as well.
Yeah,
but it's a
yeah.
social thing as well. But the level 2 is for like show leaders or team leaders, people who tend to run the sites and stuff.
yeah,
Where they go into details about, even though it's not a course on transportation, but they'll go into what does the different numbers of letterings on
right.
the
I'm with
UN boxes and stuff of that nature.
More in
Because
depth.
Rob and Caitlin went and done their level 1.
Yes,
Didn't they? I remember
yes.
it. Did you know
right.
that, Ed?
No, I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah, they went, and it was. I tell you, I remember it was on a Hastings bonfire that specific year, because I remember going up to Rob at the start saying, "Oh, you've managed to get back in time."
Right.
So yeah, does it ever run out? Do you have to renew it, or do you just
So-
get it in your?
So every 5 years, you have to sit a refresher, which the courses used to be done like a CAT test on paper, but now it's all online. So you sort of find out your results there and then.
Yeah,
The other thing in that sort of industry, there's 2 types of people you find. You have a bobble hat, which is someone that knows all the information, and then you have a tube sniffer who just loves the smell after a show's fired.
Right.
I'm a
so-
tube sniffer.
You
Yeah.
think you're a Tuesday, but
Oh,
I would have described you as that anyway, without knowing what that terminology means.
I love the smell of gunpowder.
Right.
Really love it. It's sort of like a. Oh,
It's quite something, isn't it? And I haven't worked out whether I'm a bobble hat or a tube sniffer or somewhere in between, because I meet people all the time that know like the chemical compounds of how to get like a red star or like an orange
Yeah.
star, whatever. I don't know what chemical does that. But then again, I walk on. If someone asked me to plan a show, I could tell you how to make a heart come out the ground in
Yeah.
single shot effects. You know, and the timings that are required to do that. But yeah,
do you think you learn all that because you went and you did quite a lot of, or you do quite a lot of fireworks with Phoenix? Is
Yeah.
that right? And then, so of course, you learn quite a lot
So-
with them.
I owe a lot to Martin, Gillian, and Mark, especially at Phoenix Fireworks,
Yeah.
because they have essentially enabled me and society to go and do lots of shows for other people, earn the society money. They support myself when it's needed. For example, if there's a site where there's, you know, like a debatable wind direction or typical wind direction is going towards the audience, I could ring them up and they would advise me to do this or to do that.
Yeah.
Which has been very beneficial over the last 5-6 years that I've been doing it.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot of things that I guess the public don't really think about is wind direction, fallout
Yeah.
zone. There's all those sorts of things. People just go, oh, it's a nice display. They've done really well there. But there's so much more going on. isn't there?
Especially with like long duration effects. So like your willows, your gold horsetails, the ones that sort of like just droop and drop to the ground.
Yeah.
Some of those last 10 seconds. And of course, by the time it's burst and it's gone into the crowd, you're like,
Yeah. You've
sort
got
of
to
sitting
account
on
for that. Like,
sort of squeaky bum time.
Yeah.
how many displays roughly do you think you do a year? Just off the top of your head.
Somewhere in the region between 20 and 30.
Right. It's quite a lot of time, isn't it? That
It's
you.
intense, and it doesn't take into account the preparation that's required. For example, this year, obviously with Plymouth, with Plymouth in particular, I was effectively given 16 hours to plan the whole show.
Right.
So, because
okay.
there's multiple factors at play. Is Phoenix sort of gave me a stock list of that 24 hours without them selling, without them doing anything. Obviously, with being a father and
Yeah.
you know, I've got dependents with obviously Bliss helping Bliss with our daughter. 16 hours was all I had to sort of. She's sort of looked after our daughter, and I can go and hide with myself away at my parents' house, sit at the laptop, and people ask, do I just do it all on a simulation software? But no, I actually draw out sequences and bits and pieces I want to do. And I don't sit there literally every evening planning shows or designing bits and pieces. But for that one night, I had 16 hours and that show had to be done. And it's the same story for 2024. Afterwards, you can mess around with the timings and bits and pieces. But in terms of the stock we use, it was decided there and then.
Right.
And the decisions had to be made there and then.
So that makes it a lot more harder, doesn't it? But like,
Yeah.
'cause you've got to focus that in.
Was that the same as when we won the Bonfire Society Championships, or was that completely different?
It was completely different. So I sort of had a sabbatical from 2016 to 2018 from Bonfire for various different reasons, personal reasons. I was a teenager just struggling
with teenage stuff, yeah.
struggling becoming an adult. But in 2018, Battle was entered into the Bonfire Society's Firework Championships, which they should really bring back because it's a great event and a good laugh. 3 weeks before the event, I think I get a message from the organisers who I know quite well, or I knew well, and Battle hadn't made an order. The problem is that we had 3 weeks to build the show, design the show, build the show, and get the show, fire the show. And I think there was a Facebook chat at the time between the Select Firework crew that was sort of about at the time, and where I'd been doing bits and pieces here and there, I sort of said, well, I can just design it, do it. I wasn't working at the point in time.
Yeah.
Anyway, because everyone else had got the stock, and this is before this company bought out another company, which was a major manufacturer. So their stock levels weren't as varied as they are now.
As you would have liked them to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the supposedly good bits and pieces had gone.
Right.
So it was a case of looking at the stock list, working out what would look half decent, and the minimum time was 8 minutes. And there was I think I only had 7.5 minutes of stuff that would look really, really good without it repeating.
Right.
So we did something a little bit different, which was prance around with lots of bits and pieces. But anyway, it turns out that we won it. We won £2,000 worth of stock for the society, which back then was a lot of stock. Just in the last 8 years, a 4-inch shell went from £2.50. It's now nearly £6.80.
Is it really?
So
wowzers.
That's the price jump. And for example, I know with customers that I'm always like, I'm so sorry, but it's about like a 5 to 10% increase this year.
Yeah.
It's completely out of our hands because there was a shipping crisis where the cost of containers went from, I think it was something like £6,000 a container to 28,000. So it's not the case the manufacturing's gone up; it's the shipping.
Yeah.
The cost of shipping it across from China. And you can say, oh, what about European product? But European product, as you can imagine,
More expensive.
More expensive, yeah.
For example, say a 3-inch shell costs £3 something if it's Chinese. A European one would be 17, 18 quid.
Right, so it's a big markup.
A massive markup or price jump.
Yeah.
But as you said, we did go on to the Bonfire went on to win that.
Yeah.
That
and it was a very good night.
Yeah. Did Battle go twice to the Bonfire Society Champ?
Yes, we did. So in 2018 when we won it, we beat Borough and Neville. And in 2020, as they were planning a COVID-safe event, and they just asked us, would we like to do it? And we're like, well, it's having fun with fireworks. Of course we'd like to do it.
We're never going to say no.
We're never going to say no. So we went along. It was all planned for November 2020, but of course, COVID was an issue or started to rise, so they scrapped the event and planned it for 2021 in the summer. We went along to it, and I think we came second.
So from the Bonfire Society Championships, how did we go from there to the British Firework Championships?
I think what it was is that essentially at the end of silly season, so the end of November, I sort of go for a chat with Martin and Mark, and Martin turned around and said, the applications to do Plymouth have just come out. I think you should give it a go. Could rustle some feathers. No one from Sussex Bonfire world has ever done it before. And I sort of thought, yeah, we're not going to be picked because obviously loads of companies enter it.
Yeah,
Sure.
Because it's a very prestigious event to be involved in, and the publicity is huge.
And there is only 6 people that are allowed to enter.
So in order to enter, you have to be a limited company, and you have to have a proven record of having BPA qualified firers.
Right.
And essentially, I filled out the form, and I just thought, we're never going to be picked. I'm just going to forget about it. And truly, I did.
Mm.
And then one night in February, I came home from work at 3:00 and I went to bed at 5 and I was feeling really poorly. They did a live draw, and the last team to be pulled out was us.
what on earth?
I was completely oblivious to this. I was asleep. Bliss comes running in and says, your phone has not stopped buzzing. You need to have a look at it. I had about 30 missed calls from various different people that I know within the industry saying, oh my word, you're in it.
Wow.
And
I didn't know
and that's when I sort of
thought, here we go.
here we go.
Brightened your day up a bit, I guess. Yeah.
I sort of, I'll deal with that tomorrow because I was quite poorly. But,
Fair
yeah.
play.
And the next thing you know, we're planning a trip to Plymouth, which was, an amazing opportunity.
Yeah.
I'd love to see someone else give it a go.
What,
Yeah.
another, you mean another Bonfire
Sorry, yeah, I'd love to
Society?
see another society give it a go.
Yeah.
It's not the biggest thing for us is that we had to get sponsorship. If we didn't have sponsorship, it would have been very difficult for us to make a profit.
Right.
So the entirety of the event, the whole reason we went down there was to make £1,000 for the society.
Yeah.
And anything less, I didn't really think it's worth our time or effort.
Yeah.
And we had sponsored vehicles from Culver Wells. We had various sponsors for loads of different reasons, even sponsors for fuel. So it cost probably between 700 to 800 quid in fuel to get us down. So you can see the sums already
racking up. Yeah.
And the only reason we could put the show on the shows that we did on both events was because we had sponsors. If we didn't, it just wouldn't work.
be viable.
So a big shout out to the sponsors.
Massive shout out to the sponsors. Good job.
Yeah. There's loads.
You can't name them.
I can't name them all.
Yeah.
We've listed them all on our websites and stuff before, haven't we?
So just without spending massive amount of time on the British Firework Championships, but just give everybody an idea. So there was 15 people.
So there was 15 of us on the day. So there was probably 17 days where 7 to 8 of us would go up to our storage facility for prep work, and 17 days times 8, and then you times that probably by 10 or 11 hours each, including travelling as well.
So massive,
it's a
massive
huge
effort,
amount of time. The risk is the paperwork that's also involved.
Sure.
It was pretty much my life every night, sat at my laptop for 3 to 4 months, and that's not exaggerating.
No.
It would literally be, Alessia's gone to bed, right, laptop's out, what do I need to do tonight? Oh, and when you do the competition, they give you a checklist for certain bits of paperwork in by certain times. What's insane is the judges get given, you have to submit a script to the judges, so the judges can see at 3 minutes 45 seconds and 6/10 in, something's going to fire at 45 degrees. you
Right.
give that sort of detail to them.
So they can judge you on your
exactly.
on your setting up and everything. Right.
Yeah.
I see.
It's very, very intense, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
something we've, it's not, obviously I'm the figurehead and the person that's planned it, but the credit really has to go to the crew because we've delivered something extraordinary.
Yeah.
I didn't realise it was judged to that level of scrutiny. Like,
Oh yeah, we had, so this year at the Champion of Champions, we had 2 judges literally watching our every move,
yeah.
and we had to be careful what we said. We had to be careful what, say for example, if someone had a question, they couldn't just go, Ed, this is an issue, how do I resolve it?
Yeah.
They had to sort of get me to one side out of earshot and say, right, what's the plan with this?
Right. I see.
And try and go about it in a
So
discreet
they
way.
judging you on setting up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
so it's not just the actual
it's-
show itself.
It's not just your techniques and practices. It's like, oh, there's a litter on the floor. So a big thing, obviously, being on a pier out to sea is if there's plastic on the floor and that gets blown into the sea.
Yeah.
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 It's common
everything.
sense, and it's not as scary as I'm sort of making out to be.
No.
But there's
But you've got it in the back of your mind the whole time.
yeah.
And you're responsible for a crew of 15 people that can do whatever they want. They've all got agency, and they might drop something by accident.
Yeah,
or,
and it's like I said to them. I said if there is, like I said to them on the day, if we are deducted a point for anything like that, I'm not going to hold it against them because we're all human.
Yeah.
But
it's fair enough.
and at the end of the day, we're a volunteer team going up against professional companies with pedigree that's, higher ceilings than we could ever dream of.
Yeah.
It is a true underdog story, one that I
It
think
is.
Hollywood will pick up one day.
One day.
Or Netflix.
Or Netflix, maybe Netflix, yeah. But don't feel bad if it is Netflix.
All or nothing, the bobble hat story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or the pipe sniffer story.
It is a true underdog story.
It is, isn't it? Because it's like Shelley touched on it last week when we were saying, she said what you said was quite controversial when you said you're just a bonfire society. And we didn't really mean it like that, but like you said yourself, you had no real, you thought when you submitted it, there's not a chance you'll get picked.
The biggest the thing was when I was driving down to Plymouth this year, I remember getting a phone call and someone saying they spent X amount thousand, and that was 3 times more than what we spent. And as I was driving, I remember passing the Plymouth sign on the motorway saying "Welcome to the city of Plymouth," and I remember sitting there feeling sick, thinking, "Have we just made ourselves look silly coming this year?"
Yeah.
I don't even think whether if Battlewood finished last, wouldn't that's the beauty of the underdog story, isn't
Well,
it?
it is, yeah, because nobody's expecting much
no
of you,
one's
but
expecting.
you are coming off of a win the previous year.
Yeah.
So you are you're blazing a trail almost. Like, so they were expected to do well, and you did do very well to take second place and get the young people's vote.
Being truthful, Ollie, was you slightly disappointed by coming second,
No.
or was you like flabbergasted?
I remember they squashed us all together at the end of the pier for this video that they were going to
I've seen
publish
it. I've seen the
the
video.
following morning, and it was very, very awkward because obviously we're trying to get into camera shot, and I was just thinking, if we could get third, I would have been over the over the
No,
moon.
that's fine.
Because we, that was, I think the prize money was 1,250.
Right.
That is a huge
Yeah.
earner for us.
Yeah.
So that's on top of what we were already going to be making. And if we could nip that, because when you're in Plymouth and you speak to the various organisers that I was dealing with, so where we store all the stuff overnight, they're saying, oh, so-and-so's got loads of stuff, blah, blah, blah. It's all European boxes, blah, and you're like thinking, okay.
Yeah.
It's a worry, isn't
I
it?
was, as you know, or Ed will say, when it come through that we won the first year, or you won the first time,
Yeah.
I was unaware, wasn't I? Because
Yeah.
I was at Eastbourne Air Show,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
was driving back, and Louise was going, "Your phone is going off the charts." Like, don't know what's going on.
We're in the chat the night
and I'm
before,
driving
weren't we?
along. I'm like, I'll just read what it says, and Louise is like, "Battle have won the," and I'm just like, "What?"
Yeah.
and one of the messages was you'd said, Andy's completely unaware because he's at the air show. He's
You're
got
just
no
sat there
signal.
oblivious.
Oblivious to all this going on. But I think both times, Ollie, first and second place is an incredible achievement.
It is, and I think the membership are immensely proud of you and what the firework crew have done. I think it's a brilliant achievement.
The one thing that qualifies us to do now, one of the things I'd love to do, so our insurance allows us to do fireworks shows in Europe, and I'd love to do a European competition. The thing is with European competitions, the budgets are 5 to 6 times more than the UK ones.
Right.
The problem is you've got to have sort of a backer to fund you initially, before you get money to pay it back.
I'm with you.
So if there's a if there's a sugar daddy out
Look-
there
look
that wants
down
to
that
fund
lens,
our
Ollie,
big
and pout.
adventures, give us a shout because we'd love to go and do some European competitions.
Yeah, and there's a strong chance that we'll win.
Yeah, there's a high chance we'll win based on our previous record of winning all the time.
So Battle have entered into 4 competitions, Ollie. Am I right? And won 2 and come second twice.
And the kids vote first.
Like,
on
have
that.
that
and-
for
and-
some statistics.
And we won the Young People's Choice Award in the Champion of Champions, which I think means more than actually winning the whole
So
thing.
basically, we won that as well.
So we
Basically
won that
won
as
it,
well.
yeah. But
Basically.
kids give they give an honest answer and they also give an unbiased answer, don't they? Like they aren't doing it under all that scrutiny of looking at when it fires when. They're just looking at how amazing it is, which is what that's what fireworks are about. And it's when you get your socks blown off. I mean, I know I've said before I don't really watch them. It's only because I've seen so many. But the finales especially, they do blow your socks off sometimes. You're just like, whoa,
Well,
it makes
again,
you pay attention, doesn't it?
You're right. I openly admit I didn't watch Staple Cross's firework display. It's not. I don't know. I never watch Bonfire's firework displays.
I don't really.
So-
I get involved sometimes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
No,
interrupt
it's okay.
you.
No, it's carry
The
on.
big thing for me, right, if it's a professional company coming in to do a show, I don't generally have much interest in it.
Right.
One thing I like to do is talk to other pyrotechnics leaders or team leaders before bonfire season, and they get excited because they go like, oh, I've got this, I've got that.
Right, yeah.
And
yeah.
that for me is like, oh, I'm going to be doing this year.
Little
and
plans that you thought up between you. Yeah.
No. It's more of a case that I'm excited for them to see what they can pull off.
I see,
It's
right,
not
okay.
a competition. I mean, there'll always be like, oh, so-and-so's display was better than yours, but you don't understand
Yeah,
their
it's
circumstances because obviously
course.
budgets are going to be different.
massively, yeah.
The sites are different. I mean, we don't have a ground display, do we?
No.
Well, we do with the effigy, and we always do a great job with that. It's just,
Yeah,
You don't
cakes
get-
and things like that.
you don't get a chance to do a full show.
Yeah.
And for me, like talking to the other leaders or team leaders and hearing what they're excited about
Their
and then seeing
plans.
them achieve it
Yeah.
is actually what I like to see.
Right, so you see it from a
So,
completely different perspective. Yeah, that's interesting.
And
How
that's
many?
why- sorry.
No, go on.
and that's why, for example, you see myself going to different bonfires that Battle are attending because that's so and so's night. I'll go and if he or she turns around and says, I would like some help, I'll go over and work for them and help put their show together. Because
Right.
at the end of the day, from a bonfire society's point of view, you just want to see
Of
everyone
course you do, yeah.
everyone have a success and have a good night.
Yes.
Is there how many bonfire societies have their own firework crew, or do you know a rough figure? I mean, I'm thinking of Renegade Pyrotechnics.
Robertsbridge.
Robertsbridge have their own, do they?
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Robertsbridge do. Obviously the Lewis societies.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do all the Lewis societies have their? Oh, I suppose you don't. You're
yeah,
not
they
sure.
do. Yeah.
They all have
They
their own
all
firework
do.
crew, right?
I think Isfield, obviously with Chris. It's Chris's company, but it's his bonfire society. So yeah,
Right.
They do. I think Furl do their own.
So
I mean,
there's quite a few. There's more
there's
than I thought.
There's a
more than
few
I
more,
thought,
but
yeah.
obviously I don't know.
You don't know
everyone.
everybody, do you?
No.
No.
So it's like Rye, they don't.
I think Rye employed Wizard to do it.
Right, yeah.
Well, I believe Wizard do it. I know there's Rye members that are involved with Wizard.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Oh, okay, that would make sense then.
Ah,
yeah.
there's more actually than I thought.
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought it was just sort of. I guess it's easier in a way to get a company to come in and do your
Well,
own display.
it's no
But-
secret that Battle do a lot of other people's displays on the
Yeah.
Senlac circuit, is it? So
Well, yeah, but we seems to be doing more and more, which is good. I mean, one thing that I wanted to do when I took over was all of the displays that we do, I don't want to pinch them off other societies because, I mean, it's a different story if someone approached us and said, oh, X does it at the moment
Yeah.
and we'd like you to do it. That I feel is a little bit different because that's preference to the client. But I didn't want to go take over. And
you don't want to go poaching.
no, because in the firework world, everyone gets on with each other. There'll always be one or two people that you feel a little bit, oh, I don't really like them.
Of course, it's the
But
same with
you
life,
sort
isn't
of
it? Yeah.
scratch each other's backs. I mean,
Yeah.
for example, we've borrowed racks off of one of the other societies, and we've given them. For example, we didn't have an aqua cake that went off at Plymouth. Where else are we going to do an aqua cake? We don't really have a sea or whatever, so we gave it to Hastings this year.
Fair play.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
but it's just goodwill, isn't it?
Yeah, that
It's-
is good. Yeah, I like
Yeah,
that. I
I
like
like that,
things
yeah.
like that. We are all here to help each other out at the end of the
Like
day.
you said, you want to see everybody have a successful bonfire, don't you?
Yeah.
So,
and that's people have asked me to, or in the monthly meetings, in the members meetings, they've asked me to get more shows, or it has been asked, oh, can you get more, generate more and more money? It is very, very difficult, but we're in a position at the moment where next year could be a very good year,
yeah.
where we've been asked to do more and more shows. It's just a case of, again, it's effort, time.
Yeah.
people.
People. And that's something I've personally struggled with, is man management.
Yeah.
It's not one thing you got to remember. It's not a company. You can't.
No.
You can't delegate.
They
in
are
a-
all volunteers.
Everyone's
Yeah.
all volunteers, and everyone has their strengths and everyone has their weaknesses.
Yeah.
Mine is man management, and it's tricky. I don't know how to say to someone, "Can you please stop?"
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair enough.
Or because it's not like a company where you'd send 2 people to a show. If it was a company, we'd probably bring 10. And then obviously the larger shows, which those people don't necessarily want to be involved with because it's more work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You end up having only 5 of you when you should have 10.
I'm
Right,
with you.
yeah.
I'm with you.
And that's not a criticism on our team because
just
our
how
team's
it is.
fantastic.
They're
It's just the way
volunteers,
it
aren't
is.
they? And
It's
that's-
volunteers.
Yeah.
And
You decide your own level of
I
involvement,
don't want to
don't you?
upset people by saying that, but that's something that's been more apparent as we've grown.
Yeah. I think it's just a realistic aspect of trying to run any group of volunteers. I think anybody, like Alice would say with the fundraising, one of the hardest thing about fundraising is getting members to help.
Yeah.
And it's no criticism on the members, but if you've got an idea that takes 10 people and only 5 people volunteer, you've got to struggle. Or like we did with the 10K, ask the public to help.
Yeah.
Say, would you mind donning a high vis and standing at a junction?
Yeah.
But obviously you can't do that in your position. You can't get any Joe public on the street saying, do you want to set this firework up?
But again, for example, where one of the things that I have tried to do is make friends with other societies, try and build relationships between us and other people, because actually their skill set is useful for us. For example, last year we had another society do a show that was for us on our night. It just meant, it also helped.
freed up bodies.
It now allowed me to actually go and enjoy Battle Bonfire Night and Fire Battle Bonfire Night.
Because you do miss quite a lot of bonfire season, don't you?
Yeah.
Which I can tell by your answer there. That is it's a shame,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It is a shame. It is difficult because obviously my daughter's growing up in it and we want to take her to more and more. I mean, we took her to Stable Cross on Saturday, which was maybe a very, very big push because obviously it's noisy.
It's a loud
more
one.
intense.
It was noisy, wasn't
She dealt with it brilliantly. Because we walked with my mum and dad. They done the classic thing at Stable Cross, which was peel off before Cripps Corner.
Yeah.
But Alessia
You
was
made it the whole way, didn't you, Ed?
I always do the whole thing.
I am impressed. I didn't.
Yeah.
I pulled out a little bit because I needed to water the hedge.
Yeah.
And
But the thing is with Alessia, she was in a little trike that she just adores, and she was in her trike, and she got really annoyed when we peeled off to the side, and she was going, "Daddy, we go."
They're all still going. What are
They're
you
all
doing?
still-
Yeah, she's got the right idea.
Yeah.
It was a noisy
Although she's
night.
not walking.
It was a noisy night.
It was noisy. Yeah, I was surprised how noisy it was.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's good. It was a
Yeah.
good bonfire. Yeah, cold, but I was underdressed.
Yeah. You'll have to take over it because I forgot. It just come back to me in a minute when I'm
Yeah,
thinking
well,
about...
if you wrote something down, it would be a lot
Yeah,
better.
probably
So,
would.
what goes into making a good display from a judge's perspective, if you like, and from what you know anyway, the public like? What do you look for? What do you aim to get right?
Someone once told me, if you smash the start, make it memorable, and you do something spectacular with the finale, no one remembers the middle bit.
Right. Yeah. So that's the ethos you go
that's
into
the
it
ethos
with.
that we sort of walk into. Generally speaking, I have an idea of something that I want to do, and for example, with clients and bits and pieces, they have an idea what they want.
Mm-hmm.
So, if, for example, 1 year at Heathfield, their smugglers' jumpers are green, white, and black. Obviously, you're not going to have a black firework, are you? But but green and white. 1 year we done them a green and white finale.
Yeah, good idea. Yeah.
I'd love to see more societies try that sort of thing because
Yeah.
I know people have done it in the past. It'd just be quite cool to see. It's sort of an identity thing as well, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that's a good shout. I think that's a good little idea, actually, isn't it?
For example, something else that we do is if a customer wanted a pyro musical, we get them to write down 10 or 11 tracks and say, these are the songs or this is the theme we want to go with this year.
Mm.
And then I'll mix the music together, which is often really badly. And they'll highlight saying, this is what we have to have as our finale song.
Okay.
Not many companies actually do that. Most companies say, right, this is what you're having.
Oh, right.
So
Because they know what works, I suppose.
Most songs work.
Yeah, most I could think of a few that wouldn't, but I've got an obscure taste in music.
Firestarter.
But
Yeah.
Firestarter, well, if you had the Flame Jets coming up,
Yeah,
yeah,
fair
that would be
point.
quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I was going to say was, so you do fire our display, battles
Yes.
display, because I sort of always think, yeah, so just so the public know that they've got our number one team firing our firework display on what will be November the 8th.
Well, it would have already happened. This will
great
been
show,
yesterday.
great show,
Yeah.
Ollie. What you
Yesterday.
done last
If you
night? was
if you
phenomenal.
try and put yourself in the mindset that battles just happened,
Yeah.
everything went well, just think of that and now
Yeah.
run us through what happened.
Yeah. So how do you think last night went, Ollie?
Oh, mate, it was spectacular.
It was.
It
wasn't
was so
really
good.
was.
I think it was the best one I've seen
Yeah.
as of my time as a member.
And the hottest day.
I mean, the
Unbelievable.
weather
So
was
sunny.
perfect.
Unreal.
Wasn't
Unreal.
it? Everything just went off without a hitch.
You can
Although
see
I
this
fell
going
over in the
badly.
procession. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah,
That was
about
bad.
halfway down,
Yeah.
the Velex
Broke my nose. Yeah.
Vexillium went.
It went, yeah.
I mean, the 22 degrees setup temperature was fantastic, wasn't
I
it?
bet it was.
It was
yeah.
a shame only half of the middle B burnt and it just spelled Bob. He was walking down.
It'll make it into a badge.
Anyway, back on track.
Back on track.
Bench cake.
You did touch on this earlier, Ollie, but what do you think the future holds for fireworks in general, I suppose? Oh, and BBB fireworks. You touched on Europe.
What do you mean by fireworks in general?
Well, fireworks in general, as in technology, because a lot of people have been using like drones and stuff as an alternative. I personally don't like it. I know it's very expensive.
The thing is, drones do not have, and I don't think they'll ever replicate. They have. People may laugh in this room, but fireworks have emotion to it. One of the things about designing shows is to try and build up the power. So, for example, the intensity. Drones don't have that. They can make incredible images, and I think they complement what's going on, especially if it's like I was very privileged this year. I went to China to see the factories, and we was treated to the Chinese Labor Days, like it's like a bank holiday out there for them, to this massive show. It was 50 minutes long, and they'd done drones with fireworks coming off of them.
Right. Wow.
So they had this butterfly, and it had like like fountains coming off of it, and single shots being fired off.
Yeah.
So it was an incredible culture shock.
Yeah, I bet.
And I think, for example, they weren't just having stuff fired off of them; they were obviously used to make images in the sky. And it was actually like a theatre piece. So there was a story about how someone who was effectively bullied at school turned into a superstar. That was the
Right.
story. It was all in Chinese, and we didn't understand a word of it. And
Well, but you obviously did understand it because you
yeah,
got the
it was-
message.
It was told on the bus on the way home.
Oh, okay. Right. Spoiler alert.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, it was an incredible thing to see in person. And I don't think, for example, to have a full drone show, you're looking at like 100 times the cost of a fireworks show.
Sure. Yeah.
So, and that would be only for 5 minutes because the cost inevitably will come down
Of course.
or become relative. But I just don't feel it can ever replace it.
No, I don't think it'll ever replace it. But could you see yourself working alongside it, doing something like that, pioneering
done.
that? You have done.
I have done.
Oh, cool.
It was eye-opening, and it's interesting. If you're interested in technology and you're
Yeah.
interested in that sort of stuff, you will find it interesting. If you don't, you'll just think it's the most boring 10 hours of your life
Yeah.
ever.
But as a visual spectacle from a public perspective,
Yeah.
it's worth it. Do you think? Do you think that's the way that Sussex fireworks shows will go?
No.
No? Just because we're all about sound.
Yeah. And I think we're just about the impact.
Yeah. It's short and sweet, isn't it? Really.
Short and sweet. And with regards to battle going forward, I'd love to be in a position where there's 2 or 3 people at least that can step up into my position so that I can effectively take a back seat and just sit in an advisory role,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing this job now for 8 years, and in America you can only be president, isn't it, for 2 terms? Is that right?
I like the way
Correct,
you've
indeed.
compared yourself to one of the most powerful people on the planet.
Well, when you
No, I love it, Ollie. I love the confidence. I think it's what gets you in this position.
Let me just give you reasoning why I've done that.
Yeah, go, please.
Every decision I make and we do, so every show we do, our insurance, our reputation, our existence really is on the line. So if that doesn't fire the way it's meant to, or that the wind's blowing the wrong way and it blows embers into a crowd and seriously injures someone,
Sure.
that's bonfire. That's us.
Reputation gone. Yeah.
Well, not reputation, but that's us as a society at serious risk of not existing anymore.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
So the responsibility that comes with that job is immense. And people may see me looking stressed on bonfire night. It's not because I don't get as stressed as I used to. But you can sort of understand what's going through my head,
Sure.
because it is very much, because at the end of the day, we're only here because we care and love bonfire, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
So you want to see the longevity.
Pressure makes diamonds, though, Ollie.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the
it
name of the
does.
episode.
But what I'd love to be what I'd like in the next couple of years is to have 2 or 3 or a team of people that complement each other well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that can step up into a position so that
Yeah.
I can effectively take a step back.
Somebody to run the European wing. Somebody to run the.
Dubai and
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia.
I know what you're
that's the dream, because
Yeah.
that's where the real budgets are at. And who
You can just
knows?
sit back with a cigar in your mouth.
Who knows? Maybe one day it could potentially be a full-time job.
Yeah. Well.
I mean, could you imagine that? Actually, bonfire employing people.
Well, I've often thought about about a full-time job with the Guy Talks podcast. But I realise this
we need a lot
series
more subscribers.
is limited.
Yeah.
And
need
there's
a
only
lot more.
so much we're going to get away with here.
And there's only so much we can talk about over and over again.
Before we get on to the quick fire questions, Ollie, I've got a big question for you.
Go for it.
So, would you do bonfire if all of the fireworks were taken away from it? So there was not a single firework display. Would you still do it?
I probably would.
Yeah.
All jokes aside, during COVID, for my hour out, when you was only allowed out for an hour for a stroll.
Yeah.
During the weeks it was bonfire, me and my mate used to go from each bonfire site on the night it was meant to be their bonfire, and we'd light a little bonfire for them.
Really?
Yeah, not many people know that.
Yeah,
We often
Guy
saw
Talks exclusive.
Guy Talks
Guy
exclusive.
Talks exclusive.
We do love one. Yeah.
That's something. I mean, at the time, there wasn't a lot on. And what was the thing where you had?
Bubble?
Yeah, bubble.
Your support bubble.
Your support bubble.
Right.
And we was each other's support bubble, so we went to each bonfire site to set up a little fire.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That is a nice little, almost a fondest memory, but probably not. But on that, we'll get to the quick fire. Just quick switch of the cards. Are you ready?
Yeah, go
Have
for
you
it.
given it some thought?
Yeah, sort of. I don't know. We'll see what happens. See if there's a.
There might be a curveball.
Yeah.
What is your favourite away bonfire?
I think it has to be Robertsbridge.
It is a popular answer. Is it because it's the last one?
Yeah. I think if it's Stable Cross, I enjoy very much, and Ninibon.
Yeah.
Good old Ninibon.
But I haven't been able to do that the last few years.
No.
Are you going to make it this year?
No, because we're in New Haven.
Ah.
There's getting a bit of a competition starting here between Robertsbridge and Staple Cross with the answers. It must be neck and neck.
We haven't been keeping a tally, but somebody
haven't, but
has.
That's close. But Rye has.
See, Rye's another good one.
Rye is a good
So
one.
Rye's epic because the last time that I went, they had a giant boat in the bonfire. I mean,
Yeah, they still do. Yeah,
They still do?
They still do.
I think it's a tradition. I think they do it every year.
Wow. But that for me, that's just you turn up to the fire site and you're expecting a giant pile of pallets, and then there's
Yeah.
a great big bonfire there, and you're like, a great big boat there, and you're like,
So
Yeah, it's wicked.
You say someone's been keeping counted.
Well, I don't know that they have, but we've got some very,
right.
very like hardcore fans, haven't we? I mean, we've been getting mobbed in the street,
I
and
know,
it's just been I can't go to the butchers. I
auto-
don't go to the
I
butchers
know.
very often
have you
anyway.
had any
But
people ask for your autographs yet?
Oh, several.
several, I've had to turn them all down because I just don't
I've
do
been
that
getting
sort of thing.
fan mail and all sorts, but
Yeah. Can you sign? Yeah. Anyway, your favourite costume?
I think when our Saxon costume's done well, I think it's tough to beat.
Yeah. No, I agree. Andy wouldn't.
yeah, I wholeheartedly agree.
Well, you do.
Absolutely not. No.
This might be an easy one. Bonfire or fireworks?
See, this is where I'm going to throw a curveball. If it's a pile of pallets, and let's be honest, anyone can put a pile of pallets together, controversial, then it's obviously going to be fireworks. But if someone's built a sculpture or made faggots and built a bonfire how it should be, and the amount of hours that's gone into it, well, I know from experience from helping, it's a lot,
Yeah.
then I'll always say bonfire.
That is the correct answer. We've been waiting for that one, haven't we? That is
There's a very good answer. Yeah.
the correct answer. Your favourite effigy?
It has to be the Sarah Palin one.
With the machine.
Yes.
Yeah, with Obama with a hat.
What
that's
a
being
shout
squashed.
that is, Ollie.
I've been looking
forgotten
through them,
about
getting the
that.
pictures for everybody.
Absolutely forgotten about that
And
one.
Yeah.
I remember, I mean, I was only, what year was that? It was 2008, wasn't it? Because that was when Obama got elected.
Could have been.
And I just remember the amount of publicity that Battle had
got,
at the time.
it did get a lot of publicity. That
It was
Right.
enormous. And to be fair, I mean, it's Mark Oldroyd again.
Yeah, it is really
but the
good.
pig as well the following year, that was
good.
for swine flu.
Yeah.
That was Tucker's favourite.
That
wasn't
wasn't it? Yeah.
That was also very good. But I just remember, I think I was only, so 2008, I would have been 12. And I just remember, I just remember how the exquisite detail on everything. And I think there was a moose in it as well.
Yeah, it's some real corkers there. It really has been.
And the hockey stick that said mum on it as well. Or mum.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, that is a good one. I've seen it in the list when I've been getting the pictures for everybody's episodes. Your favourite banner?
I think it has to be the convict one.
I think
It's
that
special.
is front runner, isn't it?
It's got to be the front runner now. Yeah.
It is really good.
I don't
Yeah.
think you could ever replace it.
No.
No, I don't. It is really, really well done, and it's just so.
It's the most
synonymously
used
Battle.
one,
It's
isn't
the
it?
most used one.
Although the lollipop gets quite used at
Yeah.
the start of the season,
It does, yeah.
but I think the convict now definitely at all four. I believe was it at Norvium? I'm not sure if it was Norvium or not,
Not
but
sure.
it definitely been at Hastings, Heathfield, I believe. And
I would like to see
Staple
more
Cross.
of them get out for out meetings.
Yeah. It's,
Why take one? Take
well,
a
like
few.
the ones, the skull and crossbone ones are sort of home ones, aren't they?
I suppose so, yeah. But you could take the lollipop out.
You could take the lollipop out
Take the little crackers out, like we said about taking that to Ninfield.
to Ninny Bon, yeah.
I noticed at Stable Cross they had like a juniors procession. There was 3 or 4 societies.
I nearly got run down by it.
I did get run down by
Did
it.
you?
Yeah, I got told to move out of the way. I was like,
Well, you should have moved out of the way.
Do you
I
know
didn't
who
see it
I
coming.
am?
waiting for my torch. Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
You were signing autographs and then all of a sudden...
It was nice to see the kids' processions, marching up and down. It's nice to
Yeah.
sort of give them their limelight.
Give them a bit of something to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your favourite badge?
Has to be the enamel, the Saxon banner enamel ones.
The shield, yeah.
I mean, the pewter ones were nice, but
They were nice, yeah.
I just liked. I think there was a collection of them.
The colourways, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something about an enamel that just, yeah.
We should bring out more enamel ones.
Yeah,
There are
that's
designs.
a common,
Yeah,
common
people do ask a lot, don't
comment.
they?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's expensive because they were
Probably.
expensive.
They are
to buy
expensive.
from
I think
from memory.
so. The way I've done a bit of research into it, as you can imagine, the first one is expensive because you have to get the dye made for it,
Yeah.
and then more colours are slightly cheaper because you just use the same dye. So if you keep that same design, you can do say 6 different colours, and then you just do a run like that. Bring
We
out a run
bought
every year.
at the meeting. Ria bought the Robertsbridges 30th.
30th.
Is it 30th or
Think so,
35th
yeah.
or whichever anniversary badge? And I didn't wear it. I'm not going to put it on my costume because it was £5, and I thought I noticed on my prison uniform when I got it out earlier. I thought I've lost a badge off of that, and I've only worn it once.
See, Bren told me, she said, sew them on.
Yeah, but I'm not going to do that, am I?
No,
Can't
well,
sew nothing.
Then you can't moan when you lose them.
No, fair comment.
So what we've done is we've got this bit of fabric and we put all the badges that we don't want to lose on the fabric.
Yeah,
and
that's
it's
what
like-
we've done. Me
it's
and
like
Luke
on
have
the
done in
wall.
the Redneck Inn. Yeah, so we just put mainly a lot of the enamel ones on there. I know it is daring, very daring. I do have some enamel ones on my convict
do.
costume, but they've got like that little catch, haven't they, at the back that
rolls
lock 'em
round
in. So
when you're
they're
walking.
not
It doesn't.
has
Not as secure as you'd like it to be.
not really, but anyway,
I think it was your dad used to have hundreds of badges,
used to
didn't
have
he,
a
on his
lot.
jacket.
he used to have a lot of badges. Yeah.
That was one of the first memories I remember meeting
Yeah,
yourselves at
yeah.
Lewis that year.
It was Lewis, wasn't it? Yeah.
And I remember seeing all the badges he had, and I was just like, wow, that's a lot of badges. One day I want a badge collection. like that.
Yeah.
Well, I've got loads if you want any. Your favourite fundraiser to be a part of?
See, I'm going to say a different answer to what's been said before. Was actually being involved in the firework displays because they are fundraisers at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Obviously, the big weekends or the bonanza, the big banana or bonanza, whatever it's called.
Yeah. The summer fair.
The summer fair.
Fate worse than death.
Yeah.
The one day big bonanza.
Yeah.
The one day big weekend bonanza.
Yeah.
Saturday.
Just Saturday. Yeah. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah. That's. I like that because it brings everyone together. But when you go and do shows, especially for other societies, and you see how other societies do their night, it's an interest. It's how do they do stuff differently that could help us?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you go there and you think, or help other societies, or you do the shows, and you think actually that wouldn't work at our event, or actually we do this better. So it's always a sort of an interest to go when we do shows for other societies. And to be fair, like the crew that we're building, and it's never a finished crew. Like if there's anyone out there listening wanting to get involved, please feel free to message us, email us. We're always looking for new ideas, new people to get involved. Like I said, I want to build people up so that I don't have to do it anymore.
So how do you sign up? So that would be the way, just to message you, talk to you after a meeting or something, or
there's two ways. Two ways that you can get involved. First way is to email our firework team email address, which is I'm guessing we could put it on the
Absolutely not. Say it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's it's Ollie at bbbfireworks.co.uk.
Now I know what it is. I'll
My
put it
name is spelt like that, not with a Y.
Right.
So, yeah.
O-double-L.
I-E. Or come along to a meeting on the first Thursday of a month at Battle Club.
Mm.
If the buzzer thing says do not press the buzzer, just walk in through the door.
Just walk in. Make yourself known.
It may look like a closed shop, but we're quite a welcoming bunch. And I think as a society over the last 5 years, I think we've become more
I think we have, yeah. Much more welcoming.
which
Well,
is...
I'd like to think we have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've made a conscious effort to be nicer to people, which is different to how I am outside a bonfire. What role would you like to try within the society that you haven't already?
I'd quite like to be a seasonal member.
Right,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
I'm really tried really hard to get to that stage.
Yeah.
This year I've nearly achieved it, but I did turn up and do a bit of marshalling at Tellham Lane, but I sent Luke down to deal with the traffic.
I do think the best way to be a seasonal member, though, is to get a load of work under your belt and then sit back. 'Cause
Yeah,
I assume
true.
that most of the older members that may not look like they do as much as other people, I think, well, they've done their time. They've earned their bonfire retirement, if you like, and they can just sit back and let us do all
It's
the hard
easy
work.
to feel like this year, as I've said to you, haven't I, that because of one thing and another, I haven't felt like I've really done a great deal. And it's easy to sit there and think, oh, I haven't done enough. But then you sit there and think, well, what is enough and what isn't enough?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There isn't an answer to that.
See, I felt really guilty. I didn't really do a lot of the big bonanza this year. And I sort of went there as a family just to...
Yeah, well,
enjoy
I
it.
haven't for the last 7 years, Ollie, so don't feel too bad.
I have this natural... Well, it's not natural. I just have this urge that I have to help. I
Yeah,
have to
yeah,
do something.
yeah.
And I sort of felt guilty, like, pushing Alessia around.
Yeah.
You know,
It was noted.
I know.
I remember I saw you when you turned up, and I was like, "Oh, Ollie, is it?" I didn't think anything negative. What I was doing, walking around taking pictures. I was like, "Well, that's my job role. I can do that."
Yeah, I think me and Luke were playing golf.
Yeah.
It was a success nonetheless.
Yeah.
I know,
And
but that's, you know, as Bliss will always tell me, you do enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I've done my role.
Yeah.
And as long as, you know, touch wood, we have a successful season.
I don't think anyone should ever feel guilty about what they do and do not put into bonfire.
Certainly, what they do not put in. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, like just if you can't put in, you can't put in. It is what it is.
it's not noted. No one talks about it, do they?
Well, I don't.
Which is why, like, you know, unless you're going for member of the year, like, you know, that's what it's all about, isn't it? Like,
Nice segue.
well, no, it's actually there's one more before that. It's Abbey Green or Battlefield.
See, I would love to do one show where it's on the battlefield.
Yeah.
And I'd love to just have a decent budget, which if we ever on the field, would probably never have the budget for anyway. But I'd love to do one big show just to go boom and then go back to the green, because it is a lot less work. Because I remember helping put out those metal barriers that we borrowed from Hastings that year. There was just so many, and they went from one side of the battlefield all the way down the dip and up to the other. That was a lot.
But you just want it so you can put on that spectacle with the ground and the
because obviously,
stuff.
You know, what's quite difficult is obviously we go away and achieve that, and then we can't sort of show off what we can do
At your home.
I mean, there's only so much you can do with shells,
Of course.
which is essentially what our aerial is. It's just shells,
Yeah.
and that's something. It's always something at the back of my mind, like bugging me, because it's like, well, we don't get to show off to our own members what we can actually
on
do.
your home team display. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you should feel bad at all, because I've never heard. I mean, I know everything's a bit biased on the green, but I've never heard anybody say like, "Well, what was all that?" It's always a big assault on the senses at the end of the finale. So it's, you know, which is like what you say. That's what you go for, isn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, in previous years, we have spent up to half the budget on the finale.
Yeah, which is the way I think it should be.
Yeah.
All of it going off in about 2 or 3 minutes. Lovely.
Okay, so
Stay
yeah,
in the pub.
last question. Member of the year, for you?
I mean, it's always very, very difficult. I mean, I like Dave Wilson's answer.
I said only one person could have that. I mean, I let
But-
Shelley get away with saying all of the littles as well, which I'm disappointed with, to be honest. I should have been harder on her.
I'm
but-
going to do something a bit left field, and I'm going to say Tim, because he just gets things done.
Yeah.
He's been a massive help for myself this year, and he does a lot of the jobs that no one doesn't want to do. And
He's a grafter.
He's a grafter.
I know the effigy crew said, because he's new on the effigy crew, I believe, and they was saying, I know Mark said he was like their secret weapon, like because
just gets stuck
he's a
in.
real doer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, he just gets it done.
And he doesn't stand around
Very
talking about it.
practical minded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
it's
the
a good
first.
shout.
He's the first one to go, right, come on, let's do something.
Let's get things done.
Let's get things done.
Good shout. Yeah, I had thought Tim when I've been thinking, obviously, throughout this series, and he was one that came up for me.
Yeah,
as well.
I thought Tim, but I was also hoping you was going to say us. But you know,
Yeah.
we live on for the next member.
Yeah, somebody will choose us.
I
eventually.
really hope so, yeah.
That Brian Bus, when he was sat there, there's
I
two
know.
that I can't split, and I was like,
Who did Brian actually decide?
He chose Sue Pennells and Nolan.
Mm.
But
Okay.
it really did. I really started sweating, thinking,
Yeah,
here
I
we
thought
go.
That
You
didn't make
can't
the
choose
cut,
us.
did it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it made
yeah.
the cut.
Must.
I honestly thought
Must
we
not
was going to
have
get the
heard
accolade, but you know, one day. Ed.
"You're my member of the year, Andy."
Well, thanks, Ed. I would have chosen you, but I just didn't.
Yeah, you didn't. That's been noted.
For another member of the year, which goes out on the podcast, maybe Bliss for putting up with me.
Yeah,
Fair
I was
play.
thinking. Do you know what? I
Yeah.
thought you was going to say Bliss because we don't often touch upon. I say to Louise, like they're the widows of Bonfire.
We were
Like,
thinking of doing a Bonfire
they
Widows
have to.
episode.
They
weren't
have
we?
to stay at home with the kids,
Yeah.
and it's difficult for them.
It's also the amount of. It's just the amount of effort and time this year where I've most evenings from about February has been taken up with stuff, whether it's risk assessments, whether it's obviously all the Plymouth paperwork, whether it's going off to Bonfire meetings or to meet new clients and discuss, right, what do you want from your shows? That's time out of our lives. That's time out of time. That's time away from myself and Alessia. It's just a lot.
It is a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Big shout out to the women,
Yeah, massive
the
shout out
wives
to
and
the Bonfire
girlfriends
Widows.
of
Yeah.
the Bonfire. But a lot of them are involved as well, aren't they?
They are, exactly. Yeah. And another question that I always forget, your fondest bonfire memory.
So years ago, this is something I have given some thought. Years ago, we used to do like a bonfire camp, and in your familiar parish of Watlington,
It did come up last episode, yeah.
did.
and it was
The episode before last.
as a I don't know 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old, it was the best thing going because you used to go down there. It's where I first met some very old friends in Will and Sam. That's where we first sort of met and sort of started being friends, really.
Yeah.
And we used to get up to, just, prattling around being kids, really.
Yeah. Forging those friendships, yeah.
And I remember one year, the Colonel had it in his own field.
Did he?
Yeah, in the field. And I remember Peter Christian, who wasn't a very well man there, and his snoring was so loud that it was like people were sitting around talking and all you could hear was him snoring.
Sounds like something really. I know Louise used to go on it. I never went to the bonfire camp, but sounds like a really good thing.
I think it should be brought back.
Yeah,
Somebody should
I know
organise
my kids
it.
would love it.
Yeah. I think it'd be great, yeah, for people with kids. And I'm not volunteering to organise it or even go, but I think it would be good for people to do.
Excellent.
Excellent. Yeah, well, it's a lovely, lovely memory of camping. I wouldn't choose it just because I hate camping, but
I don't like camping now either.
No.
It's too much effort.
it is. It's horrible.
I'll probably stay in Leaford Place and come over.
It's
It's
been
not even
taken
there
over
anymore.
now. Yeah, it's Battle Abbey School. The world is changing. Well, thanks very much. It was a wonderful episode, Ollie.
Thank you.
Yeah.
As ever, like and subscribe, and put your comments of your fondest bonfire memory. Win some bonfire stuff. One of these. Play Guy Talks.
That should come up in an auction of promises.
I think it
One
should.
of them.
I
Could
hope
do,
this
yeah.
episode as well, all the Battle Bonfire boys, it's made them feel just a little bit less depressed that our event is now over.
Mm.
And
Bring
here
on
we are
Rye,
again.
bring on Roberts Bridge.
Yeah.
Let's have a good one.
It's not all doom and gloom. We've still got 2 to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 to go. Thank you very much.
Let's have it. Guy Talks. Well done. Good chat.
Cheers.